welcome back to the Moon Lagoon. It's me, Lucid. Welcome back. I just said that already. This is why I edit videos, because I'm just like already all over the place because my brain wants to talk about like 1,000 different things. But yes, hello, welcome back. I am living out of my car. I am on the Pacific Coast Highway. Let me see, you'll see like 1,000 cars in like 5 seconds. Just give it a couple seconds because it comes in like little sequences. But yeah, I'm currently still on the PCH. Ooh, that was fast. I'm gonna be here for like another day or two maybe. I'm still trying to kind of keep it a surprise what my plans are, what I'm doing. But here, I'm gonna show you. Can I flip the camera? I wonder if it'll let me flip the camera. Oh my god, it's not gonna let me. Okay, I'm just gonna turn it this way. So this is where I've been hanging out at. This is outside my window. I'm just parked right at the ocean. I should have recorded it, but sometimes I like to like not like record everything I'm experiencing, but there are some dolphins out here. And actually the first thing this morning when I woke up, there's a little thing I have covering my window back here, and I took it down and the first thing I saw was dolphins swimming in the water. I was like, wow, that's freaking magical. So I just saw some dolphins actually a couple minutes ago. I wonder if it's the same ones. I don't really know their migration patterns or anything like that. But I told you guys I would talk to you again today, and I found out that you cannot, what was I going to say? You cannot go live on your YouTube channel until you have 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys want to go live with me, subscribe. That's just a good excuse I have now. Get me to 1,000 subscribers, we can go live and we can talk in a more interactive way. But what's today? Wednesday? So yeah, I should have a video posted on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then I'll be kind of sharing some things with you guys then. But just as far as what I wanted to talk about a little bit today, that I just thought was interesting, I guess I'll make these ones where I'm just kind of recording really quickly and sharing it, and then like I don't want to like put the camera on my face the whole time because I think that's like weird. I know like it's like people like to see people's faces when they're like talking and stuff, but I feel like you guys would rather see the ocean, and honestly, look, it's so pretty. So I'm just gonna put it this way while I'm talking to you. So today I was, trying to go find a location where I could charge my laptop possibly to keep doing my work. And I went to a Whole Foods not far from here. I was gonna go to Santa Monica Pier and sell some of my paintings to, make some extra money. And Santa Monica Pier is temporarily closed until further notice. I was like, of course it is. So if any of you guys are interested in buying some paintings from me, leave a comment below and maybe I'll make a video showing you a couple if you guys are interested. But anyway, so I was supposed to sell them there. I was like, fine, okay. I'll just, keep going with the flow. It doesn't have to ruin my whole day. So then I went to Whole Foods, and I thought they'd have like a little sitting area where I could charge my laptop. They did not. Everything has been like, they literally only have stuff, only open to grab what you need. And honestly, I was surprised about how much stuff was gone from Whole Foods. I was not anticipating them being that low. And what was interesting though is they were out of a lot of frozen items, which I guess I was surprised people buy the frozen stuff. But anyway. It's not like there's a power outage or anything. But what I wanted to talk about mostly was, I don't know how interesting this will be to people, but this is just something I want to share because it's something I'm experiencing while I'm on the road, and I want to show you guys kind of that lifestyle. So I went to the Whole Foods, I got a couple groceries, I got, some fruit and things that don't, fruit that doesn't go bad quickly, just because I will only be here for a day or two and I'll be back on the road, like officially. But there are a lot of homeless people in that area, and what I thought was interesting was I was looking at, and also, by the way, if you guys ever want a good, excuse to have a good laugh, if you ever go onto the Google Maps for, any of the locations that you're curious about, if you look at the questions on Google Maps, sorry, I didn't want him to think I was just recording him. If you go on Google Maps and you just look at the questions people ask, it's hilarious. If you ever need a laugh, just do that. But I was looking at the information for that Whole Foods, and a lot of people were complaining about the homeless people. And they're like, there's too many homeless people in around that Whole Foods. I can't even enjoy my food or enjoy my meal. And I mean, the homeless people aren't actively trying to steal people's food or like bother them. So I kind of don't understand those kind of complaints, because obviously when you have enough money to comfortably go eat at Whole Foods all the time, your idea of a homeless person is way different than someone who is like struggling every day to make ends meet and could very easily become homeless. There's kind of like, you know, a dichotomy there. But anyway, so I was like, I've been learning a lot about I mean, technically homeless culture, because I'm technically one step away from that. If I didn't have a car, I would technically be, I mean, technically I don't have a home, so technically I am homeless, but I have a home in my car, so technically I'm in the same kind of boat. But what I've definitely noticed living on the road and being on the road is like, there's so many different lifestyles that people live, and I feel like we're all very quick to like make assumptions and judgments. And even I was guilty of this too, thinking like, I mean, I wasn't as bad as like some of my family would immediately make assumptions and judgments about why people were homeless. Mine was less so about why they were, but like what they would do with the help that I would offer them. Like if I gave them money, I'd be like, I'm so worried that they're just gonna go, you know, buy something that's not really helpful or good for them. Whereas my like family would not even want to like do that, because they were saying they don't deserve it, etc. and so on. But anyway, this is getting into a tangent. But I think it's interesting, and I just thought maybe it would be cool to share, because a lot of people don't spend time thinking about it. But like, I will see people who are homeless, and they like, I don't know if they can tell that I'm homeless, but like they usually just come up to me and they'll just start having a conversation with me. They'll ask me questions. They kind of just like, sometimes they'll just come up, say something to me, and then leave. Like, I don't understand. It's kind of interesting. I feel like sometimes my spirit guides like sneak into their bodies or something and like give me information. But a lot of them live in this area because of the temperature, because of the pier. A lot of them live near, like, you know, areas where it's going to be a little bit more public because it's safer. And in this area especially, I've noticed a lot of them are living, like, you can't see it from here, but I'm looking at, there's like people in tents like right near the edge of the beach. I'm so sorry if you have on headphones. But yeah, so as I've been living on the road and noticing this, I've just had a whole new idea about what it means when you become homeless, what that, like, how that happens, what causes it. And I think for some of them, especially based on like speaking with them, it's not like, I feel like people assume automatically that like homeless people like started off as homeless, like they never went to school or got an education or anything like that. And I'm like, you do recognize that's not usually how that happens, right? It's not like they're born into homelessness. I mean, obviously some are, but a lot of times I've learned so many interesting things just sitting and having a conversation with someone who's on the road living like me, and they don't consider themselves homeless at all. Like, it's just and I think a lot of it does become a little bit less productive if like you're still not trying to strive for something more. I think that's the difference, is like some people become homeless and they kind of just like become very nihilistic, and they literally just are like chilling on the beach, just not really doing anything with it. But I've seen also homeless people who are like making like bags out of leather and like painting and like doing creative things and selling that to make their living, and they seem to love it and enjoy it, and a lot of them do like it. So it really is dependent on the person, the individual. And I feel like they just automatically group all homeless people as homeless people and don't really look at the individual person. So if you ever see a homeless person walking around, just notice what you think automatically. Notice if you like have an aversion, if you think they're going to attack you, if you think like they're dirty immediately and stuff like that. Because a lot of people actually too that I've noticed that are homeless, like they still have cell phones and laptops, they have gym memberships, they're just living on the earth, they're just living with the land. Some of them really like it, some of them obviously are on drugs, and some, like, it's like I said, each individual is different. And that's what I've learned, is like all of the people who I've noticed who are living this way, some of them have like a more spiritual path that they're walking, some of them have a more like low vibrational path that they're walking. But I don't really know where I was going with all of this, but I'm almost at 10 minutes and I don't like to make the videos more than 10 minutes. So I just wanted to share something with you guys today, because I thought I was going to be more productive today, but really all that really happened was me sitting around at the Whole Foods Foods reading books and kind of observing how people were acting to the homeless people, and then making myself think about my thoughts on homelessness in America, and just the simple necessities that a lot of us take for granted, like, are truly a blessing when you don't know where your next meal is coming from. You don't know where you're going to sleep that night. You don't know if it's going to rain and you're going to be afraid to catch pneumonia. Like, there are a lot of things that we don't recognize are truly gifts and blessings until you don't have them anymore. So maybe just this will be helpful for you to appreciate what you do have. But anyway, I just want to say hello, like I said, because I want to still be productive on my channel. I don't want it to, like, falter just because of this little quarantine or whatever they're calling it. I don't necessarily know. But yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about homelessness. Let me know if you've ever thought about becoming homeless. I don't really, like I said, I don't really know the kind of people who watch my channel to, like, understand where your minds are at, which is why I probably like the comments, because I kind of get a good understanding of, like, who's watching and why, etc. and so on. But yeah, look, I'm already past 10 minutes. I'm going to keep talking. Thank you for watching. Hope you are excited for the videos I'll be posting soon. Stick with me. We're all going to get through this. We're all in this together. That's right. I quoted High School Musical. And if you haven't seen High School Musical 2, where Troy Bolton sings Bet on It, that was like my jam for like a minute. But anyway, okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night wherever you are, good day wherever you are. I'll see you next time.